Good morning, children. So today we'll be discussing about the general effects of infectious diseases, right? First of all, we should know that what exactly the immune system is. Fine. We always say our immunity should be strong. Fine, because our immune system is very very important in order to fight up from the disease. Okay. So children, it is nothing but it is our defense system. Remember this thing that protects body against various types of microbes. Children, it also keeps the body safe by killing the infectious microbes. So that if the infectious microbes will be killed, so our body can be protected. Now, what exactly happens when this infectious microbes enter the body? So the immune system gets activated. Fine, because it has to be activated in response to infection. Now, an active immune system recruits many cells to the affected area and kill off the disease causing microbes. Fine. Now, this recruitment process is called inflammation. While doing so, you may feel, inflation in that particular region. So, due to this process, there may be a local effects like swelling could be there, bache, pain could be there, and general effects like fever could be there when this happens. Sometimes allergy, that I have already told you, it's a heightened sensitivity to a foreign substance. It may occur in response to some allergens which causes the allergy. Fine. In some cases, the tissue specificity of the infection leads to journal seeming effects like, for example, AIDS virus. In this, HIV reaches the immune system and damages its function. Due to this, body is not able to fight with even minor infections like cold or diarrhea. So children, this may lead to death. Remember this thing. Fine. Now, the severity of disease manifestations indirectly depends on the number of microbes, or we call it as pathogens, in the body. If the number of microbes is very small, so the disease manifestation may be minor, fine, or unnoticed. But if the number of microbes is large, remember this thing, if the number of microbes is large, the disease can be severe enough to be life threatening. Fine. So the importance of the immune system can thus be well understood from the fact that it is a major factor that determines the number of microbes surviving in the body. Now children, let's just discuss about the organ specific and tissue specific manifestation. Fine. See, our body is very large as compared to the microbes, so the microbes can reach several places in the body through various routes and can affect the particular tissue or organ. For example, children, if they enters from the air through nose, so they are likely to reach the lungs. Fine. This is how tuberculosis causing bacterium enters the body. Now, if they enters through mouth, so they can stay in the gut lining, example typhoid causing bacteria, and they can also go to the liver like jaundice causing virus. Similarly, children, if they enter through sexual contact, if they enter through mouth and air, we had done. If they enter through sexual contact, so they spread to lymph nodes all over the body, like HIV virus is there, which causes the AIDS. Now, if they enters through mosquito bites, they may enter the liver, and then RBCs like malaria causing microbes. So they may reach to brain, like we have a name of the disease, Japanese encephalitis. Fine. It's caused by a virus only and it affects your brain. It's a brain fever typically. Now, thus the signs and symptoms of a disease will depend upon the tissue or organ that is being targeted by the microbes. For example, children, like if the target is the lungs, like if any of the pathogen attacks your target, their target is your lungs. So the symptoms will be cough and breathlessness. Fine. If the target is liver, then jaundice may occur. If the target is your brain, then headache, vomiting, unconsciousness, it may occur. So, in addition to these organ specific and tissue specific effects of infectious diseases, there are other common effects too, which depends on the body immune system. Now, children, let's just discuss about the treatment of the disease. Fine, how the disease can be treated. So, when we get an infectious disease, our doctor may prescribe different medicine for the treatment that work differently. Fine. For example, uh, there are two ways to treat the infectious diseases. First one is to reduce the effect of the diseases, that we'll be discussing how we can reduce the effect of the diseases bache, by providing a particular treatment, fine, so that symptoms can be reduced. Whatever symptoms our body is having in response to any of the diseases, that can be reduced. And the symptoms are usually because of inflammation, because our immune system acts toward that very pathogen, fine. For example, we can take medicine that bring down fever, reduce pain or lose motions, or we can take complete rest to conserve our energy. But children, it will not kill the disease causing microorganism. Therefore, disease would not be cured completely in this case. So second one comes here, that to kill the cause of the disease. And how will be killing that bache? Definitely with the help of some antibiotics. Like for the treatment of bacterial disease, antibiotics can be taken by the patients. Now what will the antibiotic will be doing? It blocks the essential pathway of the bacteria without affecting our own. Similarly, there are drugs, fine, that can kill protozoans such as malarial parasite. So it is harder to make antiviral medicine because viruses have very few biochemical mechanism of their own. So they enter our cells and they use our own machinery for completing their life processes. This means that there are relatively few virus specific targets to aim at. Now children, we know what are antibiotics, fine. I hope this thing is clear to everybody. Antibiotics are the chemical substance produced mainly by the microorganism, that is true at low concentration, and they have the ability to inhibit the growth of microorganism. For example, penicillin, streptomycin, number of antibiotics are there. Now how we can prevent the disease, fine, because we should know the principle of prevention, fine children. See, so these are the limitation or disadvantages of infectious diseases. Like once someone has disease, so his body functions are damaged and may never recover completely. The treatment will take time, bache. If a person is attacked, get infected by any of the disease, it means that someone suffering from a disease is likely to be bedridden for some times, even if proper treatment is given. And the person suffering from an infectious disease can serve as the source for further spread of infectious to other people. So because of these limitations, prevention of disease is better than cure. So what are the prevention? See, journal level prevention could be there, bache. This thing we had already discussed in our second session, that public hygiene is very important, personal hygiene is very important in order to prevent ourselves from the disease, fine. Then children, strong immune system. See, if our immune system will be strong, so definitely we can protect our body. Okay, so because our immune system of our body normally fights against the microbes that enters our body and they kill them. So if the immune system is successful, we do not actually come down with any disease. The cells of the immune system kill off the microbes before it can take on major proportion. Now children, as we know, if number of injecting microbes is less, so the manifestation of disease will be minor. In other words, becoming exposed to or infected with an infectious microbes does not necessarily mean developing noticeable diseases. Only this thing is important for you, that if our immune system will be strong, so it will not affect our health. Balanced diet should be taken, bache, fine. Now there can be a specific way of preventing the disease that we had discussed yesterday, that is vaccination, fine, that is vaccination. Now children, what is immunization? See, when immune system first see any of the infectious microbe, so it respond against it and then it remembers it, which of the microbe attacks our body, fine. You have our immune system recognize that microbe. So the next time when the particular microbe or its close relative enters the body, our immune system with greater vigorous it can respond, fine. So this eliminates the infectious more quickly than the first time around. This is the basic principle for immunization, fine. Now vaccination we have already discussed, bache, fine. And what about polio? There is a program, that is Pulse Polio program. It was launched in the year 1995, fine. as a result of WHO Global Polio Eradication Initiative. So that was their initiative, that polio means the virus should be eradicated, so that these antibiotics could be given, vaccination could be given, the polio vaccine, fine. So under this program, all the children under 5 years, they are given 2 drops of oral polio vaccine, fine. So this was the important thing. India has been declared polio free by WHO. However, this program is continuing to eliminate any chance of its comebacks. So this thing we had discussed, children, fine. I hope the topic is clear to everybody. Thank you, everyone.